What up, dude?
Yo, we need to get you a new camera. You got your lights on?
Yeah, it's the sun. I need to get shades.
Yeah. Well, nice, dude. Good morning, man. How's it going?
Good, dude. We got Nick in the chat, Maggie, Sam, Kendall.
Already?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Got
Sam.
Bell.
Nick. I thought Nick was out of town this week.
Nick is. I was gonna go. I told you all we should went camping with him last night, but he
I'm
didn't
down.
invite us.
Yeah, that's like the typical theme of this California life. Getting invited to things is interesting. We'll talk more about that. We'll dig in. We're going to talk about culture today. What else we got?
Speaking of the old man, he just chayed up. Ollie, you on the road, dude? Ollie.
He leaves. He left already, right?
I don't know when he's leaving. You know him. Probably down to the T on schedule.
Yeah. This time. Not a second early, not a second late. What do we got on the agenda today, bro?
Well, first and foremost, we got the live call, and I think working now. So, Sam, I know you test ran it last time. It didn't go so well, but I think we got the kinks out. Live call and numbers download is a live show, so feel free to call in.
Nice.
You can also just be a guest on the show if you click the link in the comments.
We had some technical issues last week. You don't need an app. If you get prompted to get to an app, either press the no button or don't do it at all. Try it again.
Yeah.
It will make you sign in with your name. That's all, right?
That's it.
Okay. We got CrossFit Open's over. So anybody who's disappointed about that, don't worry. Coach's Corner is back. We're going to dig in, dissect the week, mindset. What else we got on the Coach's Corner this week? We were going to talk about the common theme of good. What makes a good
theme of good? Yeah. What makes a good workout is going to be number one. Number two is just going to be mastery versus intensity.
Mastery versus intensity. We'll talk about the definition of intensity. Intensity is the independent variable. Blah, 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 blah. We'll talk about that. What else we got? Sports world. We're not big baseball fans, but that starts. We're going to shoot the shit. The Birds have picked up a lot of guys.
Just shoot the shit.
We're going to shoot the shit about sports betting. I think that's a good takeaway there. And
then we'll dig into a little bit of nutrition.
We're going to talk about nutrition and some new concepts that we have for some business ideas. And not even business ideas. I think I'm going to become an influencer. And then we're going to do some fucking cold calls. We're going to start ripping calls actually to other people out there. So if you get a call from 805-941-0760, answer that call. We're going to see who can sell something faster, better, or who can do better discovery, who can find pain.
Do you got a hot take for us this week?
I'll have to pull up my notepad. Do you have a hot take?
I don't have a hot take, but I was thinking yesterday. Luke was on the verge of just pure rage.
Yeah, pure rage. Don't forget our intros. Let's go intros first.
Go ahead.
I never know what to do with this mic either, but Luke Lombardi, co-host of the Nobo podcast from Philadelphia. Go Birds. That's controversial too from Jamie. CrossFit level 3 and head coach at CrossFit Ventura as the head programmer.
Dude, Matt Yanchek here. Fucking hate my last name. Sorry, Dad. Software engineer over there at Sonos, CrossFit level 3. Affiliate owner at CrossFit Ventura.
What's
that?
You're a dad, dude. You take care of his family.
Yeah. Dad of non-blood relatives. And, just a maker tinkerer here.
I like it, dude. That's a Nobo podcast. Tune in every Sunday, 8:30 Pacific Standard Time. Shoot the shit. Some days it's 20 minutes. Other days it's an hour and a half, maybe longer.
It's never 20 minutes.
We've had one where it should have been 20 minutes, but we kept talking.
Yeah.
But hot take. So is that the hot take? I think the best hot take right here is it's going to be something about California, right? So California is bullshit. That's my hot take. And I'll dig into why. There's a lot of reasons why. And I know there's a lot of you people out there that What was that? Just heard myself. What'd you press?
I didn't press anything.
You pressed a button, dude.
I just literally looked over to my right.
All right. Well, California's bullshit. That's my hot take. What do you think?
I see where you're coming from.
Do you want me to start? I got a grocery list of ideas.
Just, my
Grocery
only
list.
concern is you're hyper focused on SoCal, or not even like true SoCal. You're just focused.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll rephrase the hot take. SoCal is bullshit. Southern California is bullshit. I mean, you're right. You're right. I have not experienced Northern Cal too much. There's parts of it I'd say is bullshit. When we were up like well above San Francisco, that was cool. It was really cool. Sure, the Tahoe side's cool. I've just, never got invited to go there with anybody that ever goes. And like, I know a couple guys that have gone there a lot. I won't say their names, but I've never been invited. Where do you want me to start?
Well, we'll start with the strip malls. I know you don't like the strip malls.
Yeah. So, I mean, a couple. I'll just go a grocery list of why, and then you guys can argue me on this. Part 1, strip malls. Part 2, everything's on the highway. You got to go on the main road all the time. The highways, there's 2 different types of highways. You got we'll call it the freeway, right? That's what everybody likes to call it here, the fast road. And then the road right outside our house is a highway. The speed limit is, I've seen people rip 60 or 70 miles an hour on there. If you have to stop, your car is going to continue to travel. That's a highway. You're going at fast rates of speed. So you always have to go on a major road. It's never quiet. What else? The taxes. Absurd. The dog park rules. Absurd. There's a lot going on.
To dig into the highway part again, I think this is very localized to where you're at right now.
I mean, it could be localized to where I'm at. I mean, Santa Barbara, we'll go the areas I'm familiar with. There ain't many streets. Let's break it down this way, actually. Easier way right here. You have to go somewhere. When you go to the gym, how many ways can you get to the gym from your house?
2.
Okay. Now I want you to close your eyes. Okay. And I want you to think about you're at your apartment in Phoenixville. Okay. And you got to go to your mom's house. How many ways can you get there?
3 or 4.
I think even more than that.
Yeah. I mean, it depends how roundabout I want to go.
Okay. All right. Let's maybe break it down even different. So we're here. We're at your house. I pick you up. We're going to LA. How many ways can I get to LAX? We'll say the
2.
fish store or the airport, whenever one.
2.
Okay. Maybe 3. You could really take a roundabout way and go 3 ways. But okay. Now we're sitting at Phoenixville Vince's house. He's got to take us to the airport. How many ways could he get there?
You could get there quite a bit, probably 4 or 5.
Yeah, I think so. I think maybe even more. And maybe once you're actually on the way to the airport, like in the city, it narrows your ways down. Like, hey, you got this final route. And like, I totally understand that's everywhere. But to get from point A to point B, we got a live call in?
No, sorry. That's just my computer sounds. There's only so much I can do here.
Oh, okay. You can drive multiple different ways. That's Gaz is pissed. You could go multiple different ways. Like Gaz, you're in this chat. How many ways can you get somewhere in Jersey? Does he not want me people to know where he's from? Probably not. Connecticut, dude. But yeah, you get that's where I'm just coming from. What do you want else? What do you want me to dig into there? The 101 is our bottleneck. Everybody's got to go to the 101. So we just have so much traffic.
So that's what I think you're trying to say is like in terms of major highways.
Yeah.
Where we're at, Ollie says he likes how excited we got about a potential live call. You could call in, Ollie. The phone number's right there.
Ollie, if you don't call, we're calling you. So that's all you got.
But I think the issue is like you literally have the 101 where we're at. Like if we were in LA, there would be a lot of different ways, but we're only here. And like same thing for Santa Barbara, you only have one highway.
We got our first fucking controversy take. Trill just said, I think you guys are stupid and you only know 2 ways. It's kind of what she said in a roundabout way. I think there are multiple ways to get to LA. You guys just know of two. I think, there's definitely more than one way, but
I think we're talking about the street trails, the highways, though. Like, yeah, you could take the 101, then you could take one of the canyons to get to the one, like Topanga Canyon, Malibu Canyon,
Let's
Cedars
rip
Canyon.
our first cold call. Call somebody who's an experienced highway driver.
That would be, I only know of one. I'll rip the dial for you.
Who you calling?
I feel surprised, dude.
And whoever you're calling, we're only going for a 2-minute call. We're going to ask them a question and we're going to hang up on them.
All right. Okay. Experienced highway driver, like someone that drives the highways every day.
Yeah, I think you're calling Vince. You calling Vince?
Oh, you mean PA? I was going to pick someone from Cali.
Yeah, we'll do both. I think we'll rip a cold call. Call whoever, whatever one. Trying to sit closer to my light. I got to readjust my desk. I need a new desk, dude. That's like part of my agenda. I just think there's definitely multiple ways. PA, for example, we're going to use that because that's what I'm familiar with. To get to the city from the house, from Vince's, you can go multiple ways. We can take 202 to 76, and then you can take 76. You can get on 95. You can go straight through 76. You can take the complete backways on Lancaster Ave. You can go through like the main line. You can take the opposite side and go through the Norristown side. So there's 4 ways right off the top of my head that I know of. But you can also go 76 and then get off of 76 and go through different parts of the suburbs. You can go through the Manayunk side and like Roxborough side. You can go the opposite side, and then from there you can get back on to 76. Like if I take the canyon, like I'm driving down, we get to the like Calabasas area, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna take the canyon here. Once you take the canyon, you ain't turning around.
No, that's a one shot.
Yeah, you're like, you ain't going back, and you're like, oh yeah, actually the canyon didn't work out. Let's turn around. Once you're on the one, you're on the one. You only got like 2 shots to go on the canyon again.
Yeah.
So, who'd you call if they didn't answer?
I'm gonna send it over. You ready?
Yeah, rip it. I was just waiting.
Rip the dial.
I think I need to know who it is.
Can you hear the ring?
Yeah, I hear the ring loud and clear.
This is live Novo podcast.
I think most of our viewers watch us on
Instagram.
Yeah, we don't have many viewers on YouTube. I got another dog.
Hello, this is Ali Abri, Max Gold Coast.
This son of a bee.
Your name and phone number. I'll get back to you as soon as I can.
This guy. No response.
No response. I mean, on the hot take, do you agree or disagree? I don't want to spend all day on the hot take. We got a lot to cover today.
I don't agree. Here's why. I agree in some senses. I don't agree. I don't know about the road thing. There's some things I do agree. And again, I don't want to speak for all of Cali. I think that's my biggest hesitation. I would say that like in our area, it's just new development. So you just get a lot of strip malls that have no history, no character.
Mm-hmm.
They all look the same. And it's just like, I don't know, it doesn't have that homey, like authentic town feel. I think that the traffic is definitely an issue. There's only one road here, one main highway, I should say, that doesn't have a million stoplights to get from point A to point B.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's a lot of people who are middle class, who are trying to act like they're the billionaires that also live around here. And so you have like these silly parks that have stupid rules, and everyone wants to like be some democratic way about it, where like in where we grew up, our hometown is like, you know, there's a dog park, but it's not like it's maintained by like a park supervisor who's like,
let's tell them the dog park story. Let's give the folks an idea of what you're talking about and why.
We've upped the pack a little bit. We got 4 dogs.
We got 4 dogs now.
4 dogs. And we're like, all right, let's treat the dogs today. Let's take them out. So apparently this is misinformation, but there's a dog park in Camarillo called Springville Dog Park. Mm-hmm. It's claimed to have 5 acres of land. I'd like to dispute that. Ollie, if you can bring your measuring tape out there and measure that. I'm thinking
we'll drive you there.
So we load up all the dogs. The girls are already stressed for some reason. I don't know why. It's a very simple procedure. You put them in the car and we go, but they're trying to figure out the seating order for the dogs. You know how girls are.
Yeah.
Load up the car on the road, driving to Camarillo, like 5-minute drive. Hit a couple red lights, so it's 10 minutes. Get to the park. There's some random dude there, not a soul around. Dude's like waving at us. So Kendall rolls down the window and he's like, yeah, the park's closed. Don't know why. And we're like, the park's closed. So then we are like, all right, well, let's just try to find another one. So we found another one by the
My
airport.
blood's boiling at this point. I'm red.
So we drive to the one Camarillo airport, roll up again, no cars. We're already like, you can see the lock on the fence. I get out just to make sure it's like not someone put that there. Yep, dog park's closed. At this point, I'm like thinking, like, why don't we just haul the dogs up over the fence? Like, it'd be easy. But, you know, no one wanted to do that. So we're like, all right, execute plan C. We're just giving up on it. Luke's pissed. I start looking up these parks because I'm like, there's no way that one is 5 acres. So I pull up the park, has its own website, problem number one. Dedicated website to tell you all about the rules and regulations and the licensing. But in there, it says the park will close at any time for rain to preserve the grass. Then it goes on.
Park.
They provide bins of dirt so that if your dog digs a hole, you can fill in the hole and put some seed down. And I'm just like, this is just way too much thought and care for a dog park.
Yeah. They also said, it was the rain was anything over like 1/4 of an inch, or something like that, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Anything more than 1/4 of an inch, they're closing the park. And when they'll reopen it is when someone, I don't know who this magic person is, will deem that the park is of correct moisture to dry ratio in the soil.
Yeah. So like what went through my mind was like, okay, so this is like treating it like back in the day when we had school and we had snow days, and it was like somebody was deeming whether or not the roads were safe enough to drive. And it's basically the same thing. It's like, we're going to tell you whether or not this dog park is safe for your dog, and also the grass is safe for your dog. So it's, it's a two-way street.
To add to the bullshit list, that's another one. Around here again is like, we can't even drive to snow when it snows here because they just shut down the only road that goes there.
Yeah.
Should have come to Arroyo. It never closes. That park's dumb though, dude. It's like a picnic area.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Yeah. You can have your dogs off a leash though, but we're not sure if
I saw 5 acres and I was thinking like, oh, maybe there'd be a creek. Maybe we can go on like a mini little hike through 5 acres. Yeah. Like, dude, my childhood friend Billy, he moved out of our neighborhood to the next neighborhood over, and he had a 2-acre piece of property, and that was
way bigger.
That way bigger, park is definitely not 5 acres. I'm calling bullshit.
Let's go measure it. Let's go today. We got nothing going on. I mean, then I proceeded to look up dog parks in Montana. They have 13-acre dog parks with trails and ponds and prairies for the dogs, and it's just freedom. So there's no signs that say pick up your dog there. It's just let your dog shit and it's gonna be good. But we'll say one nice thing.
Have an aggro segment
of what, us?
Yeah, like just a pop off segment where we just pop off for 5 minutes. Then we
could do. Let's add that in and just get our aggression out, and then followed by we'll say something like Kendall likes to say. Now say something nice.
But she never ever says anything nice when she pops off.
I'll say something nice about California. Matt, you go first. I gotta think.
It's a very beautiful state. Very beautiful. The sunsets here are top dollar.
Yeah. We were walking. I'll say, my nice part yesterday, we were leaving the coffee shop yesterday and we looked to the right, and Ventura is very beautiful right now. It's green.
Your commute is probably the best commute you could ever ask for.
Yeah, you're right. It is the best commute I could ever ask for. Now that there's no traffic, it's like, hey, you drive along the ocean the whole day. You see the sunrise on the way home, and it depends on time of the year. You sometimes see the sunset.
I used to get these weird out-of-body experiences
as you were driving
to work on that road for some reason. For whatever reason, it's weird. I would come out of my body and it was weird.
Well, that's we talked about that before. That's like, I've never had that experience unless I'm like super tired. I feel weird. Like I feel distant. I just feel weird. I know what you're talking about. but I don't know if I have that when I'm driving. I've had that in other like situations, like if I'm in a doctor's office in a small room and the doctor's talking, I feel like they're super far away from me.
Yeah. If anyone in the chat has had that happen to them, call in or click the link above in the comments section on YouTube.
Yeah. Interesting hot take. Anybody comment, post in there, fight us. Send us an email, thenobopodcast@gmail.com. Shoot us an email. You can put your comments there. They'll be anonymous. And we'll have conversations around that. But what else you got? Where do we take this?
Tell me about your life. What do you got new coming up?
What do you mean?
Like, what's going on next week? What are you doing? What are you looking forward to?
Next week.
This week coming up, whatever you call it.
Like, is there something?
No, I'm just asking. We're just chatting here.
Just trying to take it chill. It's the end of the quarter. Trying to just keep moving. Just, keep doing things. I'm very focused on my health right now. My glucose, my insulin, making sure that stays in check. What else? Snowboarding, trying to get in, learn that. So, I'm watching videos on that. Mountain biking, that's going to be the next thing apparently that I got to do. Really trying to dial in on the workouts and be really intentional with my workouts. What else have I been doing? We got some people visiting this week. Well, you have some people visiting. But yeah, my life, not much, dude. Not much. What about you?
This week, yeah, my mom's coming to town Wednesday. She'll be here Wednesday to Wednesday, I think.
Okay, so she'll be here for Easter. Are you taking off?
Yeah, I'll take off from Sonos. Can't take off from the gym, but we'll try to make it work. Got this 3D printer right here. So if anyone needs prints, been loving that thing. I've been going nuts with it. And what else are we doing this week? I'd love to go snowboarding again. I think Ollie's out, but my mom's in town anyway. So maybe next week, next week, we could plan a trip. I'd also be down to go mountain biking if the season's around. Just trying to dial up the hobbies. And yeah, that's what I got going on.
Nice. Well, we're trying to focus more, well, at least I am, but we both said we were going to do it on the experiences more so this year than other stuff, right? Is that where you're taking your life now? Trying to focus more on experiences. Snowboarding. Yeah, I thought you were coming with us this week.
I'd love to. I just can't dump my mom off.
I don't know if I'm going or not this week. I gotta see. The issue with me is at work starting to get busy, so I don't know how much time I could take off. The boys aren't big weekend trippers. They don't like the weekends because they don't like people. So,
I mean, to Ollie's point, it is a lot more hectic.
Yeah.
Like you stand in like when you go to pick up the lift. Yeah, it's not like easy breezy 2 minutes. It's like 5 to 10.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure it is. So that sucks. But the weekdays for me are probably at the point where it doesn't work anymore.
It was chill. Like,
oh yeah.
When we went, like sometimes like people get a little bit rude with the cutting you off and like scooting in or whatever. Here it was just like, this person can go ahead of me.
Yeah, I'm sure on the weekends it's probably like when the people that are pros like to get on the lift. Like there's a lot of people. I'm not the only person that struggled. I will tell you that a lot of people like struggling to move and slip around. And there's something like you said, people sliding in. I don't give a shit. But I can imagine on certain days in certain places, people lose their shit. I'm sure there's a lot of words back and forth. And then a lot of people like in situations like that, I could just see like the way they argue is like, I'm fucking better than you, bro. Like, you don't even know what you're doing. Like, bro, you just fuck off.
Yeah, it's not Aspen, dude.
That's like an argument you would say. Be like, bro, what do you think this is? Also, in those type of people, I'd be like, yeah, go to the lifts that like are suited for you. Go jump off the ramps. Oh, wait, you can't do that. And be like, shut your fucking mouth. Because even the pros, it's like when you see like a pro athlete, they're humble. They ain't saying shit to you.
Ollie says he's never seen that happen though, so maybe I'm just...
He's never seen that happen because Ollie goes up to people and says that he knows everybody. He's like, I know you. And they're like, I've never seen you before. And he's like, yeah, you're right. Fuck you. I've never seen you. But
But yeah, I guess we went snowboarding before or after the show. So like first time snowboarding. Let's dig into
Yeah,
that.
we did actually. We did talk about it. Yeah. I don't think I did as bad as Ollie likes to paint the picture. So we're down there. The first run was really hard. My group set me up, tried to help me the best they could.
How confident were you in going into it?
Way more confident than when I went skiing the first time, but definitely not anywhere near what the group thought I was. Like, so there was a comment passed by one of the fellow snowboarders that we were with that, you know, I was down after the first run. It took me about an hour to get down to the bottom. Just pure stress. Cortisol levels were high. Glucose was rising. Stress. So I get down to the bottom and I need to take a break. I'm like burning, sweating, fucking dizzy, banged my head 17 times. Just need to take a chill. Need to take a second. You know, when you're a competitive athlete, you start to get a little bit heated. And I need to take a second.
Heat you up though, I guess.
Just like the frustration of like, I need to like just wrap my head around how to do something and what's going to allow me to get there. So anyway.
Also, I think you're a little bit empathetic like your dad. And I think sometimes you start to worry about the group.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. So I like needed a break. I wanted you guys to just go do your thing. Let me figure it out myself. I'm very like detail oriented when I'm doing things. So it's like I need to do things a certain way and I get frustrated. Not organized. Don't take it the wrong way. I just like in my mind, it's like I just can't understand why I can't stand. Why do I keep slipping? Why do I keep getting fit? Why am I so stiff? Why am I locking my legs out? And then I need to wrap my head around like how to not do those things. But so, you know, after the first run, I hear some rumors spinning around that one of the experienced elders that I typically would say that I look up to as like a mentor of mine. And he passes a comment that I think Luke thought this was going to be a lot easier than he, you know, was talking. He was talking a lot of smack, a lot of game. And then, you know, that's fair. That's fine. I just don't remember saying that I'd be like fucking ripping. What did they say? Ripping the nard? Is that what it's called?
Shredding the gnar.
Yeah, shredding the gnar. Like I never said any of those things. I was just like, I think I'm athletic enough to figure it out. I didn't say I'd be elite pro, but this person, you know, took it to that level and was like, you know, he said that he'd be pro. Like this guy's a fucking idiot. So we get into it. We keep ripping. I think by the end of the day, I don't think I was terrible. You know, was I great? No. Was I graceful? No. Was I better than when I started? Absolutely. The first 30 minutes, me and Sam stood at the top of the hill and just couldn't even get up. I would fucking fall on a small hill.
Yeah.
A lot of that was stress, was just like afraid of like busting something, like my face open. But how do you think? What's your perspective? I'm like fucking so bright.
I think you did good. I think you hyper fixated on injury a little bit too much. I think you just gotta like let it fall. But I mean, I think 2 runs and then you were able to get down the mountain. Like obviously you're not going to be like a pro, but hey, it's nice to be able to get down the mountain and not fall. Even if you are just builders. Yeah, confidence builders. Fucking these giant mosquitoes, dude.
They're everywhere. It's the invasion of California.
Look at this fucking thing.
Yeah.
Sorry, I killed that.
They're everywhere in this house.
But you know, I thought you did good. Something I'm kind of curious is what cues do you feel like really helped or changed the game for you? Or cues or like, I don't know. Yeah, cues. I don't know what else to call them.
Should we rip this into Coach's Corner? I got
but I'm just curious, like what stuck for you? Because like, I mean, you had 4 people all trying to help, you know, with all good intentions. Like, but that's a lot of different cues. One person might be trying to correct one thing and others correcting others. Obviously you've got coaching and like you said, you have athletic experience. So like, you know, you're just filtering like, all right, let me try what they said. Let me try this. So I'm just curious which one's stuck and like really changed.
Funny you say that. So I'll tell you a story. So we're on run number 9, I guess, or lift 9. Probably my favorite. We only did it once because then they closed it, but it was my favorite because it was comfortable. It was like a gradual hill. There were some steeper ones, but then a lot of spots where I could mess around and like go up a hill without feeling like if you go up this little hill where the trees are and you come back down, you're going 90 miles an hour. It was gradual, but I'm going down this one.
Pause you there for a second and say that like I picked that trail for Sam, and like he didn't even have the gratitude to thank me. He didn't even want to go down that way. He was like, "That's stupid."
Yeah. Well,
then you know what? When he hit that. You know what he said? He was like, "Oh, this is the best trail." Like gratitude. God,
it's just it's like the California way. We'll dig into that on one of these podcasts. We need to get somebody from California that's open to, feedback. But so funny story. So we're doing this run and I'm on my ass. There's a period on this where I could not get up for some reason. And I was stressing. You guys are gone at this point around the corner, couldn't see me. So I'm laying there and this guy laughing at me. I get up, fall, get up, fall, get up, fall. And the way I'm trying to get up is from my butt using my wrist and pressing, but wasn't working. So I was trying to grab the bottom of the board like one of the coaches told me to. Not you, a different guy. One of my like mentors that I look up to. Not working. Eventually I figure out like I'm just going to do a burpee and ride this like a skateboard for a hot second and then get on my heels, which worked out 1,000 times better later on. But this guy he looked at me and he said, "Try this." He's laughing at me. And after 3 times of him seeing me fall, he skates over to me and he says to me, "Hey, try this." Shows me. I'm like, "Okay, I'll try it." This guy's showing me. I've already been told this by other people. I think Sam told me to do this. I'm pretty sure you might have, Chris might have, but I didn't try it because I was just like, no, this is the way Ollie showed me. So I'm going to continue to do it this way. This guy comes over, shows me. I'm like, I'm not bad at burpees. Why don't I try this? Boom. Started to do it and get more and more comfortable. I was like, thank you. My point is coaching.
So wait, what was the cue?
It was just like, he just showed me to do it more like a burpee. He's like, go on your knees or lay on your stomach and jump your feet from the push-up position.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
So, and like land, then you're like, I have a strong enough squat, I guess, to be like, okay, find my balance really quick and then just stand once you're feeling comfortable because you're not standing all the way, right? It's like
so you put the board behind you, you get on all fours, hands and knees,
and then chest comes up off the ground, arms are straight, and then boom, quick jump. So I tuck my feet underneath my hips and then just get my chest up or torso up.
Yeah.
You can leave the hands on the ground if needed because like it doesn't matter. Like if you're in a squat, like the snowboard is set up for a natural squat stance. Probably deliberately.
Yeah.
So that was a cue. My point there, though, for Coach's Corner is if you're good at coaching, you know where to look, where the issues are. So a lot of things that were happening were everybody I thought did a good job across the board. Like you would pick out things I thought obviously that worked the best because you were like, hey, I see you trying to move side to side. When you're doing that, take the left foot, pull it behind you. Put the right foot when you're trying to go this way, pull it behind you. Whereas a lot of the other cues were like, do that, but then at the same time they were like, and then throw your arm this way and do this, and then as you're pulling your right foot, the right arm needs to extend as far as you can. So I'm like trying to throw my arm.
You know what's crazy though? Like I don't think I would teach someone that way to get up because to me that would be pretty advanced. But it's crazy. It's like you just got to keep digging through the cue bucket because something's gonna stick for somebody.
And work, because that is a much more advanced thing. Because like when I land in that, you start moving. Like you're going straight nosedive down the hill. So it's like you're either gonna fall again, but it worked because it was like a position I was comfortable enough in because that's how I skateboard. That was another thing that fucking one of the guys wanted to run with was like, just because you skateboard, it means nothing. It's like that's like me saying just because you sit on the fucking toilet, the squat's different. It's like, no, it's the same, but they're different. When you got 300 pounds of external load on your back, it's different. But it's the same. Like they're fundamentally the same. So like coaching, we've talked about this before. We've gotten in arguments with people when you're trying to help people do anything in the world. I'm confident that you have the experience to be able to teach it to you. You don't even know what it has. You don't even need to know what it is. Like you just understand fundamentally, if I layer things and I give you the tools to get there, you're going to be able to do it. Right? Would you agree?
Yeah. That's the skill of coaching, really, is the progression and the layering.
And how well you can execute, like how well you can influence that person.
And communication.
Yeah.
Which, that could be metaphors and this, that, and the other thing, examples, whatever that is. But communication, layering, progression.
Nah, I agree. How do you feel you did coaching?
I think I did as best I can. You're kind of tough because like I could read you, so I know when you're getting frustrated. So there's times that I'm like, do we just let him go and let him just hit a couple runs by himself that way? Because like I said, you're very much like your father, and the empathy gets in your way sometimes.
Yeah. Well,
No.
from my mind was like, these people all spent money to come run and like do these. Like, they don't want to fucking be standing here watching me. But in the end of the day, I think everybody got in what they wanted.
Yeah, for sure. It's a long day. I mean, anytime you go, it's a long day. So you got tons of time.
Yeah. Definitely. Me and Ollie had to like at a point, like my knees were done, body was done, lower back was starting to hurt a little bit from like just so much stress on my hips. So we had to call it, but I would have been fine just chilling there. I
I'm trying
really
to
want to see
how you could do it better. Like part of me is like, all right, maybe like it's your first time though, so I think there's no way around it. But I was gonna say like maybe you let everyone hit 2 runs and get all the fucking like fresh moments out of their system, then dial in and like work with you to coach a little bit.
Yeah, not even like coaching. It's, I think Sam said this, it's more fun just doing it with other people. Like it's definitely more fun to like, because all of us would get tired. Like it didn't matter like how pro you were. Like there was moments like you get like guys just wanted to chill on the ground for a hot second.
Yeah.
Like a video on my Instagram popped up this morning of like somebody in Switzerland. It was a 13-kilometer run, and it was like the burning feeling in your legs after this run. Like 13 kilometers is fucking far. Can you imagine at the top of a mountain just ripping for like 6 miles?
Yeah,
that's a fucking long distance.
Yeah. And then part of the other half of it is like, I just don't feel like you have all the tools. Like at the gym, you got a lot of stuff you can use. You got bands you could play with, different PVC pipe. Like for this, you just have the mountain really. So it's a lot of just like, you got to fail and learn from your failures. Like I wish there was something that was like 2 posts and like a rotate, like a treadmill almost, just so you could feel like you could hold on to the post and you could just feel like how to turn the board with your back foot kind of thing. But like, it doesn't exist out there.
That's one of those things too. You just gotta like, in my mind, knowing as an athlete, it's like I just got to get reps in.
Yeah.
Like by the end of the day, like fatigue started to settle in, so it made it really hard to like start to feel the movement. But by the end of the day, I was feeling it a lot more. But I was feeling it in every other capacity too. And it was like, which one's going to trump the other? And like the mindset trumps everything.
Yeah.
But overall it was fun. I'm going to try to go this week. So maybe I'll go by myself. I don't know. I'll hit up the squad. Go one day. Just like consider it, dude. Think about it.
I'll try to figure some way to finagle that.
We'll see. But should we go coach's corner?
Yeah, dial it in.
I think that's a good segue. If anybody, before we end, you got any advice or anything on snowboarding, shoot it my way.
Yeah, don't forget, audience, you got comments, Instagram, YouTube, and then don't forget it's a live call-in show. Dial that number.
We can keep it anonymous. Like, just don't even, like, you could just be like a username. If we won't say your name. If you don't get on and say, hey, this is Luke, like, we won't say it. If we recognize your name, maybe we'll laugh, but also don't forget, we ain't that popular. Like, nobody's going to yell at you for being on here. Like, enjoy it. Coach's corner. What do you got?
Well, CrossFit's open. Sorry, CrossFit Open is over. And so, the good things that we talked about with the CrossFit Open is like, it's your one chance to push, one chance to do RX, one chance to just send it. However, I think once that is over, we're moving back to training again. Like, let's not forget, the whole point of CrossFit is a training mechanism, not really intended to be a sport, in my opinion. So like, let's like shifting the focus back to mastery, mastery first, then intensity second, I think is kind of my focus as a coach.
Yeah. So if we're talking about the CrossFit way, mastery meaning what, and intensity meaning what, and then how do we come back to like, taking that for the average goer? So let's start with like defining the two. Anybody in the CrossFit space that like coaches should know these, in my opinion. Like, you should know the difference between the two and why we do the two and like what comes first. And a bunch of different concepts. So what's mastery mean?
So I think the overarching goal of mastery is you're shooting for perfection, but we got to put some boundaries on there. So perfection's pretty damn hard to get, right? So like maybe we're not shooting for 100% perfection. I like to think of mastery as like you can do a movement, and as you fatigue or as you repeat the movement, there might be issues, but you can correct them within the next rep, kind of thing. I like to look at that as kind of like this person has mastered. Let's use the air squat, for example. Like you're air squatting, it's 50 reps total. You do the first 5, awesome. Sure, your chest could be a little taller, but you don't look awful. Like mechanically, you're moving well. Then rep 6 comes in, your chest drops to the ground. You shoot your butt up. I'm like, Luke, chest up on the next one. Hit the rep, looks back to normal, looks good. I think you've mastered the air squat. And so we can progress you any direction you want. It could be means faster. Could mean we could add load to it. Could mean we could add mobility, like with an overhead. But
so mastery is chasing excellence.
Yeah, like you're shooting
perfection.
But we all know perfection's an impossible.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the theme, though. So mastery equals perfection, and perfection equals mastery. They're one and the same. It's very unattainable, or your goal is to essentially to be unattainable.
Yeah.
Because what's intensity mean?
Intensity?
Yeah.
Intensity is the independent variable most commonly associated with maximizing the rate of return
and favorable adaptations. Good,
favorable adaptations.
Nice. We've been working on that for years with you. Meaning, though, intensity is what? Like simple terminology, CrossFit says intensity is power. Power is intensity. Power equals intensity. So
sometimes I guess you use the word effort, maybe. How much effort you're doing something.
That's cool. And this is where we can go in. And like, this is why I brought up the idea of anything like what makes something good, because intensity is a billion different things. And so to your point, before we actually get on that rabbit hole, so mastery is chasing excellence. Intensity is chasing the independent variable most commonly associated with maximizing rate of return.
Effort, efficiency.
Effort. Yeah. Okay. So mastery is perfection. Intensity is effort. So there's a moving scale of the two, right? The more intensity you drive, right? The higher we go with intensity. The other side, mastery drops.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we start to bring mastery back up. Intensity naturally comes down, right? And then we drive the intensity up again. And it's a never-ending motion back and forth, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Like that being said, how do you do that as a coach? How do you navigate those waters as a coach? As an athlete?
The changing balance. Yeah. So obviously the workout's not the best place to do this in. However, it can be done. And this falls back on the athlete, how coachable they are. But usually I try to do this in the specific warm-up when we're prepping for the workout. We're going over movement. And it can be done in the general warm-up too, with some basic stuff. But like basically it's identifying like, all right, who's breaking down already? Like we've got an empty barbell and we're doing empty barbell front squats. Like who's already struggling to meet these drills that I'm doing? Like maybe we're doing pausing squats, right? It's like hold the bottom. All right, whose elbows are tanking? Who's struggling to keep that position? It's like, there we go. Like I've identified some people that are already struggling to master the front squat or the squat with load. It's like, okay, well, let's see what their air squat looks like. Maybe I have them do some air squats first. And it's like, all right, everyone's air squat looks good. We progress and layer. So usually that's where I try to identify the mastery piece. And then like we just said, if you don't master a movement, then you can't make it intense because it's just going to fall apart and you increase your risk for injury.
Mm-hmm. Okay. But intensity has to happen across the board for you to increase your fitness.
Yep.
And that's because, right? So while intensity is happening, intensity drives results without intensity, you don't get fitter.
Right.
Because new adaptations only happen when you're breaking down movements. So if you don't have
a specific warm up too, right? Like
Yeah.
the overhead squat's a great example, right? You've got a lot of people that struggle with mobility in their squat, or they just don't have the proper squat mechanics. And so the overhead squat breaks them down instantly. It's almost impossible for someone to reach full depth in an overhead position. But the nice thing about the specific warm up is like, hey, let's play around. Like, I'm going to give you 5 minutes. We're just going to overhead squat. We're going to load and just try to master it to the best of our ability for that time. When the specific warm-up is over, though, it's like, okay, Luke cannot overhead squat with intensity because he can barely overhead squat right now. So, like, why would Luke go do that in a workout? Because to your point, like, to maximize his results, overhead squatting is not, he's not going to be able to get intense with that unless he's doing quarter overhead squats, which again, like we said, like, you're not doing the full range of motion. You haven't mastered it. So you're not going to get the results. So, like, maybe Luke should do front squats for the workout.
Maybe
the volume required to build the adaptation for the squat development.
There's a double-edged sword there, though, because like most people can do it. It's just they're going to sacrifice things like load.
Yeah, or a PVC pipe overhead squats.
And I would argue that's very beneficial if you grab a PVC pipe and you do X amount of reps in a WOD, or like maybe not even a WOD, but like you just said, in the training moment, like in a warm up, like maybe we get a fucking 100 reps of an overhead squat with a PVC pipe and across the 30 minutes. And then in the WOD, you said it's like a 7-minute WOD and you do the front squats instead of overhead squats to get some heavy load in. Very fair.
Yeah.
But what would you say, like,
and to your point, that's another lever that doesn't get pulled enough, in my opinion, is like most coaches look at the workout and they're like, oh, shit, okay, 21 reps of overhead squats. All right, you'll do 21 overhead squats with a PVC pipe. But it's like, no, let's pull the lever a little bit. And maybe you're doing 40 reps, 42 reps with the PVC overhead squat. So you're giving more volume, more exposure to that overhead position. And then it's on the athlete to make them 40 reps of good overhead squats.
It doesn't have to be perfect. Like,
No,
that's the point. That's the point of chasing mastery and intensity together. It's like, you should, I always say this, you should get corrected in the middle of workout. Like, if I'm not correcting you, if you're getting upset that I'm correcting you, it's like, A, CrossFit's probably the wrong spot for you. You're probably in the wrong mindset. But also, like, if I'm not correcting you, it's probably either I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, not paying attention. But you should be getting corrected in the sense of you're pushing hard enough that it looks bad. There is something correctable, and that's the point. If I'm not, and you're like, if I'm walking around and I'm like, yeah, it looks great. Everybody looks amazing. Everybody's flawless. Something's wrong.
Yeah.
The idea of intensity is lost in that setting. Like, there should be moments when it's like, yo, fuck it, slow down, take a break, pause for a second, readjust your pull up. Your body's, you're flaring on the bar. Get your feet together. All of a sudden, new adaptation is trained in your brain. Okay, I was doing pull-ups, feet were together. I was hollow arch. I was doing kipping, knees were never bending. Now all of a sudden, I'm fucking driving my knees and toes to the bar to help me get over this, to get my chin to the bar. Slow down, take a break, walk away, come back, do 3 good reps. On your 4th rep, it gets ugly again. Stop. Take a break. Do 2 reps. Your 2nd rep is ugly. Okay, maybe now we've crossed a threshold where we got to figure out how to dial back, and that's the other part to it. What would you say makes a good workout based off of those 2 concepts, mastery and intensity?
I mean, in my opinion, every CrossFit workout is a good workout. Every CrossFit workout is designed to increase your 10 physical skills, and they are to increase your overall fitness. That's the goal of every workout. Every workout has a stimulus that you're trying to meet, and every workout is constantly varied. Every workout includes functional movements. So in my opinion, yeah, every CrossFit workout is a good workout.
Let's dig into that more. Like,
that just could mean I understand the tenets and I understand the goal and objective of the programming.
Well, the goal, let's define what that means. Goal and objective of the programming is, you said in the beginning, overlaying to your everyday life, training protocol for everything and anything around you, right?
Yeah. I mean, CrossFit is a core strength and conditioning program.
Okay.
To break that down a little bit more, CrossFit's goal is to make you more fit. To break that down a little bit more, CrossFit's goal is to increase your 10 physical skills: strength, speed, power, agility, cardiovascular endurance, flexibility, coordination, balance. All those skills are trying to elevate.
Okay.
Which to me, I mean, and again, I'm just speaking for myself. That sounds great for me. Like, I wish I could increase all those domains of my physical skills, because I can see that could translate into a million different things: snowboarding, picking up shit around the house, crawling through the attic, skateboarding, tennis. I can see the overlap there, but I guess maybe other people struggle with that.
I think a big theme I've seen, and then I'll tell you what my favorite 10 general physical skills are. But a common theme that I've seen, I want you to maybe spread some sort of mesh or word or your thoughts, is a good workout.
Callers, anyone in the chat, anyone ballsy enough, call in, tell us what you think a good workout is. Drop a comment in Instagram or YouTube. I am curious what you think makes a good workout.
Yeah.
There's no wrong.
I think a common theme across the board, and like globally, which is why you see a lot of affiliates programming 2 workouts in 1 hour: a lift and a Metcon. Metcon is metabolic conditioning. So something with cardio, maybe it's a 5-10 minute burner, maybe it's a 7-minute burner, maybe it's a 2-minute burner, but you have some sort of lift in there. We know the issues in that. It's not CrossFit. So when someone says that this is CrossFit originally came from 1 workout a day. It never was 2, correct? Not one anywhere. Level and manual, we can drop the link in there. Never says it anywhere in there.
Let's cut the bullshit. Here's what we hear. This is the number one thing that everyone says when you say, what's a good workout? I want to sweat.
Yeah. A sweat, and I want to breathe heavy.
Yeah, but I think what that highlights is they don't know what they want. Because literally I can just say, okay, we'll do 100 burpees for time.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, I agree there, but I think a deeper layer, and I want to argue with that, is they want to sweat, but they want to get stronger, but they don't want to push. Like, I'm going to say flat out right now, anybody that comes on a 5x5 back squat day, and I say to you, the goal is to keep the same weight across the board, and it should be 85 to 95% of your, we'll say 5 rep max or 1 rep max, really fucking heavy. Or 5x5 at 85% of your, or 90% of your 3 rep max. And you're doing the same weight across the board. If you're not walking out of there drenched in sweat and breathing heavy by rep 3, you did it wrong.
Yeah.
Like, you should see Jesus on that 3rd rep or whatever it might be. But like, you should be breathing really heavy, wrong or right. Yeah. So how would you address that with anybody that says to me, come to your gym, somebody new's trying it out, and they say to you, hey man, I don't know about this place. Like, I want 2 workouts. Like, this isn't enough for me. And you say to them, I'm going to paint the picture for you. They say to you, that's what they want. And you say, well, what are your goals? And they're like, I just want to, be healthy. I want to be fit. I don't care. No, I don't care to compete. I'm never going to compete. I'm never doing a competition. 40 years old. I just all the gyms I've ever gone to had those. This place isn't for me. And you need to sell this person a membership. Let's say that you can't have the option to be like, go to a different gym. This person, this is the only gym in 100 miles. You got to sell it to them. What are you doing? What are you going to say to them?
I'm just going to ask discovery questions and try to figure out why they think they want what they don't need.
Somebody call in right now and play that role. Somebody play that role.
What would you do?
I don't know if this works, but I would ask them why. Same thing. I'd be like, well, why? I would be like, well, okay, I hear you totally. Like, I would never go against what they say. You want that, but why? Okay, you just want to be fit. Okay, what is a good workout to you? Okay, cool. 5x5 back squat. I want to see you do 10 reps right here with this weight. Okay, that was too easy. Add more. Okay, that was easy. That was more. Add more. That was easy. Add more. Okay, cool. The way you just felt there for the next 5 rounds that you didn't even start yet, but you think you did, that's what you're going to do. So now you still have 20 back squats to do, or 25 back squats to do. And if you're not on the ground at the end of each 5 reps. You did it wrong, and I want you to redo the round. That's what I would say. Or I would address it of like, hey, that's fine. So in between each round, like you have to empower people, I think, of like, let's do anaerobic capacity. Like in between each back squat, you're going to go ahead and hop on the bike for 2 minutes at a very slow pace. And you're just going to keep breathing heavy. I mean, we can get into the science of it, but that's maybe where I would start. Or I would challenge somebody to be like, just trust me. Like, trust me. Like, whatever you want to do, like, trust me. Or let's
the biking's a good idea too, right?
Yeah.
Because, and then this still comes back to the coach of like making sure they're doing the back squat right. But eventually you have someone do that enough times. Jacobs. If you have them do that back squat right, eventually they're not going to want to bike.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, yeah.
All of us know, like when it's a 5x5 back squat and we're like 3 minutes to lift, you're like, oh yeah, okay, cool. And like you're in round number 2 and you're like, time to go already? Yeah. I'm not ready.
Well, that's the other thing. If we say every 3 minutes and you think that's too long, you didn't go heavy enough.
Yeah.
Like whether you want to believe it or not, yes, you might not be able to lift it, but you can. If you're not feeling like that was heavy, like my central nervous system is fried after 10 reps, just challenge yourself, go heavier, fail around. Like if the coach says you can't fail around, be like, I'm trying to figure this shit out. Fuck you. Like your coach should be open enough to be like, okay, I hear you. Cool. Let's figure it out. I'm going to help you. I'm here to help you. Like as you were saying, you need to be breaking mechanics down for you to get stronger. If your knees don't come in at some point in the 5x5 back squat, you're doing it wrong. If your heels don't come up, you're doing it wrong.
Mastery.
Like, yeah.
If you're perfect, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah. And we're not saying rep 1 of every movement. Like it should not be until like 15 reps in all of a sudden, or rep 4 or 5 on each round is not perfect. We don't want it to be perfect, but like Matt said, it needs to be correctable.
Yeah.
Hey, Matt, that was rep 4. On your last one, catch your breath at the top, get tighter in the belly, and make sure as you're standing, the knees drive out. All of a sudden, he corrects it. The knees aren't kissing. I think just trust me. Like, you can make a heavy day fucking intense. And if you don't believe me, I'll program one this week, and we'll make it super intense.
Yeah.
Even in the warm-up, like you said, like overhead squats, 3x5. Don't worry. The warm-up, we're going to do 100 overhead squats. PVC pipe. Every time somebody doesn't hold it, we're going to redo it. Guarantee you we'll do 100 reps.
Yeah. Yeah. That's where, again, like this whole idea of I need to sweat, I need to breathe heavy, I think is just a blocker because, like I said, I can just be like, okay, for the warm up, we're going to do 50 burpees for time. Like, do you want to actually do that? Is that actually what makes a good workout? No. If I did that every day, you would be like, man, this sucks. But you have to remember what you're asking for is to sweat and to breathe heavy. So I can easily do that with burpees.
Yeah.
But there's like a fun component where that's where the constantly variedness of CrossFit comes into play, in my belief. And that's why people enjoy it. So it's like, yeah, with constantly varied, it's not going to be your favorite workout every day.
Yeah. And disclaimer, we're not talking about anybody in particular. Like this is a common theme across CrossFit. Like this happened back home in PA all the time. Happens all the time. We see it on the internet. We see it. It's literally like, we're not talking about anybody. It's just like the common theme of CrossFit. Like a lot of people have the misconception of like more is better, like all of those things equate to more fitness. Like the more you do does not equate to more fitness because there's other levers that are going to get pulled the other way. You're going to be tired. You're going to be sore. You're going to not be pushing 100% on WODs. You're going to be going 60% across the board.
Yeah. And then just to layer in, I know we always talk about CrossFit too much, but the double workout piece, I think a real easy example is think about Fran. 21, 15, 9, pull-ups and thrusters, lightweight on the thruster. But think if I had you do Fran, and then right after that, we were doing a 5x5 front squat. How well do you think you could do those front squats?
I'm going to pause you. Let's imagine you didn't know the 5x5 back squat was coming. So you just went 100% on Fran. Yeah. Balls to the wall. You're laying on the ground. All of a sudden, coach is like, okay, we still got 40 minutes. We're going to do a 5x5 back squat. Now what?
Yeah. you're not going to be able to do that 5x5 back squat if like it was one without Fran.
Mm-hmm.
So somewhere you've taken from your intensity pool, your effort pool, like, you know, you only have so much effort to give in a day. You have so much energy. You know, we get into the science of it, but you know, that's going to start leaching. And the same is vice versa. If I had you do the 5x5 front squat first, you went super fucking heavy. Like Luke said, you saw Jesus on the 5th rep every time. Like, holy shit, central nervous system's fried. I'm like, hey, guess what? We're doing Fran as a cool down.
Yeah.
You're doing Fran at 50% or less.
100%.
So that's kind of my big counter to the double workout thing.
Yeah. And you can't gamify it. So like, also don't think like, if there is a gym that is doing 2-part workouts, you are doing less effort on one of them, whether you want to believe it or not.
Subconsciously.
Subconsciously, you're going to be like, you know, in the back of your head that you have a 1,000-meter row and you got to do Jackie, 1,000-meter row, thrusters and pull-ups, and you just did overhead squats, or you just did split jerks, or just did something else. It does not matter if you're doing accessory work or not. It is taking away from that. There is science, like your metabolic pathways need to recover and replenish, and it doesn't do it like that snap of a finger. You fry all your fast twitch and your phosphocreatine style pathways, and all you have is your oxidative, and now Matt's asking you to do Fran. Good fucking luck. I 100% agree.
Let's rip some dials.
Let's rip some dials. Who we call it first?
You want to in private chat shoot me a number, or you want me to just pick somebody?
Should we call like people we know?
Yeah, we can rip some dials. I'm going to rip one right now.
We're going to call the podcast. We got 10 more minutes here. I got some shit to do. I got to, I got 4 dogs now. 3. I got some stuff to do. Got to go grocery shopping. They're getting.
We got to figure out our day, dude.
What?
We got to figure out what we're doing today, too.
Yeah, I know. The girls are fucking full pack.
All right, here's our first dial. I wish I could transfer the numbers over. Okay. Who's it going to be? Chat's been quiet. I think I need a survey on like why people are so afraid.
I just don't think they feel like doing it. I think they're just watching. Looking at the YouTube. Whoa. Who's calling? Who's talking first?
You can. One of the problems is they don't know our number.
Who is it?
Hi, you've reached Central Body, a Flatiron Building Company, so I can take your call.
All right,
right
I'm
now.
sending you a number.
Your name and number, and I'll get back to you.
Hold on. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Private chat.
Chad, how many of you don't pick up unknown numbers?
3, 4, 8, 9, 2, 1, 7.
You just yelled that on stream. Someone clip that. Yeah, we're ripping this. I mean, who cares what what if we misdial? Who cares?
Are you talking?
I can.
Yeah, you take this one. You only get 2 minutes, so you're gonna have to open the call and tell them, "Hey, I got 2 minutes."
Yeah. Is this what your job is like, though? How many times?
All day, the whole day. We just call people, nobody answers. But do the classic sales call. Just redial it again.
Huh?
Just do the sales tactic. Just double dial.
So call this one again.
Yeah, call it again. It makes them feel like it's more of an important call.
Okay. I like that tactic.
Like, how many times do you sit back and look at a call and say to yourself, I'm not going to answer that. And if it's important, they'll send me a text or something. Yeah. Boom, call twice. It must be important. Before it goes to voicemail, hang up, though. Okay. Yeah, I never let my calls go to voicemail. Okay.
Rocco.
Jeez.
All right.
Rip one.
You got one?
Yeah.
All right, let's hear it.
All right, you take this one.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Hello. Good. How are you?
I'm doing good, sir. I'm doing good. Thanks for taking my call, man. This is Luke Lombardi from the Nova Podcast. Ask who's calling.
I know who this is.
Hey, man, what's going on? What's going on? I only got 2 minutes. Looking to see if I could just pick your brain.
Sure.
Sure. Nice. I just oh shit, is this, can I say who this is? Or do you want to be an anonymous caller, sir?
Oh, I don't care.
So
I'm sure
Ali,
everyone-
how we doing?
Everyone who knows me. Yeah.
Yeah, I already know who it was, but I didn't know if we would be allowed to be anonymous. I just wanted to, I don't know if you saw the segment here, the part on snowboarding. I wanted to hear your honest truth and opinion on the sport and the people that you were with that day. You only get 2 minutes,
Well,
sir.
first I want to clear something as your elder, that I wasn't talking shit. And if anything, I was telling everybody how great you did for your first day.
I have my counterpart on the line. My counterpart on the line. He's going to confirm whether or not that's true.
The only thing that I stated a very obvious fact, which was you bragged for a week that I know how to skateboard. I'm an athlete. I'm going to get up there and I'm going to rip it, which obviously didn't happen. That's all I said.
Do you think a lack of confidence is good? Would you, if as my advisor, would you look at me and be like, I want you to be unconfident in life? What would you ever say that to me?
Of course not. Of course not. You did great. You absolutely you killed it for your first day. So there's no doubt. No one is going to argue that.
But there's a but in the back of your voice, and I can hear it.
First run. So yeah, you did great.
That's good. I'm glad.
Now, as far as your comment about people being rude and fighting in line, I've been on the mountain where you have to stand 10, 15, 20 minutes in line. I've never seen that happen. People cut in front of each other. There's a common understanding of how things work. And once in a while, you get an asshole who cuts in front of everybody. But honestly, I've never seen anyone really, make a big deal out of it. Everybody's on mountain to have a good time, and nobody cares.
So it's always kind of chill like that.
Yeah.
So you would say a Saturday would be fine this time of year?
I hate Saturdays because you have to stand in line for 15, 20 minutes. Where we went on Monday.
Gotcha. Okay, so that's a thing. 15 to 20 minutes is a thing. I thought you just said it wasn't. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. 15. What I'm saying is, I don't see people being rude because somebody's cutting in front of them and, starting a fight or anything like that.
Yeah. Gotcha. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, I mean, I doubt anybody would be rude, but sorry, I just got to make sure the dog's not eating the grease trap in the grill. Okay, that makes sense. What would you...
I do have to ask, who's the fourth? What's the fourth dog? I thought there were three.
We adopted another German Shepherd.
Oh.
Yeah. Jacoby.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I know, right? So we need a bigger place. You can give yourself a plug here if you want.
All good.
No. We didn't adopt another dog. It's not ours.
They're just dog sitting.
We're just dog sitting.
Dog sitting. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, Matt, any last questions for the caller?
That was 2 minutes. Thanks, Ollie, for your time.
Yeah, of course.
Any last questions for us?
Your voice is cutting off. You're going in and out.
Any last questions?
Last question. Nothing that I want to say on air.
All right, so we'll hear about it when you come back on Friday.
I'll see you guys on Friday.
All right.
See ya.
All right, buddy. Thank you. Bye.
That's Ollie with Remax Gold Coast for all your housing needs here in the Ventura County area. All right, let's rip another dial.
Yeah, who we calling now? Should we treat this one more of like a you have to sell them something or you have to sell them CrossFit. Maybe we should do that. You have to sell them CrossFit in 2 minutes.
All right.
Okay. That's the topic. I need to know their name if I'm calling. I can't go into. I have never called somebody cold at work and was like, no idea their name. Because like he answered.
What does the name do for you?
Well, at least I have like some background. Like we do some research on LinkedIn, something.
Yeah, but it's like you call the company right, and the receptionist answers. It's not like, hey, receptionist.
Well, at least I know where they're working.
Why do you be like, hey, who am I speaking with today?
Because they're going to be like, you called me, motherfucker. Who am I speaking with? I've had people say that to me.
Some people we know.
Well, I didn't know if you were calling like a restaurant or some shit. All right, rip another call.
Here's how I would do the opening line. I would be like,
This
hey,
guy.
this is Luke from the Nobo podcast. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with today?
Yeah, okay. Well, all right. If that's what you want me to do, I'll rip it that way.
All right.
I'm going to sell them CrossFit.
All right.
Or do you want me to sell them? What do you want me to sell them? Heart and Soil pills, coffee, an iPhone?
No, I like CrossFit. You know that most about that.
Okay. All right. Chat, we got 5 more minutes and we're cutting it.
Chat, you can suggest some ideas you want Luke to sell on the chat.
Okay. We'll drop the codes off and just suiting her up, you know?
Yeah.
Who am I calling? You want me to just ask who do I have to speak with?
Your job's rough. It's a lot of this. I'm going to do the double call like you suggested, see if that works. This guy's got a long ring.
Hello, this is Chet.
I'm going to rip it again because you say that's proven to work.
It's proven to work. I mean, if somebody called you back to back, wouldn't you answer the second time?
Yeah. I wish we could make our caller ID. When I called you, what did it say?
Nothing. Just said
Number.
Ventura.
Hello, this is Chet. Please
Man,
leave a
this
message.
is hard, dude. This is tough being in sales.
Hey, just do it all day. Cold calling's dead. LinkedIn. We got to message these people on Instagram.
You want me to rip another dial?
Yeah, just last one. We'll do one more. If not, we're going to end the show. It'd just be entertaining to get somebody to fucking answer the phone. If not, we'll call a local restaurant.
Tell them CrossFit. Yeah, I like that.
Hey,
I
look,
could call just someone local. I could just pick a random.
No, we ain't doing that.
Let me scroll.
This
through
could
my
be what
list.
makes us famous, though. That'd be hilarious.
We just
but, like,
call people.
Yeah, we have to call our friends though, because you get in trouble for like legality stuff.
Yeah. All right, let's pick a random number here.
Yeah, it has to be one of our friends, otherwise we'll get sued for like calling them without their. We have to ask for their approval. Like, hey man, this is Luke. I'm calling on the Novo podcast. Just disclose it. This is live. So you are being recorded for quality insurance and training purposes.
Do we have to say that legally?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. All right. Make sure you say that with this person because I only kind of know them.
Well, am I gonna know them?
I don't know. I mean, you should.
I know them better than you.
No. I would know them better than you.
Well, then you do the call.
No, you're doing the call. It's your sales stuff here.
Well, who is it?
Here we go. We're ripping the dial.
I need some context. Do they know we do the podcast?
See how nervous he gets. I don't know. I don't think they know. They might. Let me try one more time. Try the double dial.
Do we know this person? Are they going to get pissed?
You know this person. They probably won't get pissed.
Well, there's a chance. There's a
There's not a chance.
I see how like stressful my job is.
Yeah, you're freaking out already. It's nothing, dude. I don't know if that tactic works.
It definitely works.
That was Moshi, by the way.
Oh shit.
You would have been fine.
Yeah, that would have been funny. Is that it?
I could try one more number.
You could try it.
All right, one more number. You're outgoing. I want to see if I can set the caller ID, but I guess you can't.
I don't think you can because like if people mark it as spam over time, that's what it will come up as. Like if we had control over that, it'd be so fucking crazy.
That's what you're saying. All right, let me pick one more here.
I think if it was like a personal phone number, maybe you can.
At your work, like what's your caller ID? Just a number? Doesn't have
a number, and then I think you eventually can get marked as spam.
Gotcha. All right. Let's see who we got here. Like, I mean, I got some good numbers here. Like I could call Gubonic.
Do not call
him. Someone you want to keep it in that vein. Yeah.
What is it? Yeah, somebody in the network for the first cold call, somebody that knows the podcast that would have fun with it.
All right. Let's let me get this number down here. Got to type it in. It's a fucking pain. Okay.
Last one, and then I got to go.
Okay. All right. Hold on.
Probably got to go now, actually, but it's all right.
Dude, it's so weird typing numbers. Like, when numbers are the same.
Yeah.
It like messes me up. I think I agree with you. I think I'm getting dyslexic.
Yeah, it's kind of freaky. I don't think you just become dyslexic without like other things coming on.
Or is it just like
Hello?
Hey, this is Luke from the Novo podcast. How's it going?
It's good. I'm playing craps right now.
Oh, nice. May I ask who I have the pleasure of speaking with?
Ooh. Who is this?
This is Matt with the Novo podcast.
Are you guys still going?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are you at right now?
Dude,
You're playing craps?
Yeah.
Who's winning?
We are probably up about $300 each right now.
Whoa. That's
holy shit.
What are you guys talking about?
You guys aren't watching live?
They're busy, dude.
I can't use the phone at the table, so I had to walk away.
Okay. Otherwise, it's illegal. We were looking to just, pick your brain a little bit around the CrossFit space and, why you don't like it.
I love CrossFit. I bet I watch more CrossFit stuff than you guys do.
You enjoy watching. Yeah, you're a weird bird. You enjoy watching it, but you don't participate in it. Sam mentioned that you hate doing CrossFit workouts.
I participate in it with my, like, in my own home gym.
Well, is there like any particular reason, like if you had to, if I had a magic wand and I could spin the magic wand and make you, take part in CrossFit, what would that look like?
I probably was already going to join the gym next year.
Anything we can do to make you join it, like let's say tomorrow?
You could magically heal my injuries.
Okay.
What if we worked around your injuries?
That's weird. Sorry, some dude was super weird.
Are you gonna get in a fight?
He just like walked up to me, like raised his hands and walked away. Vegas is a weird place. I love it.
What casino are you at?
we're at Bellagio right now, and then we just ended our reign.
How is it there?
We like Bellagio. We usually do pretty good here.
Are you gonna
I
go to
would
the Sphere? I
say-
forgot to ask Sam. Are you guys gonna check out the Sphere?
Check out the what? The Sphere?
Sphere,
Oh,
yeah.
dude, we drove by that, and I actually really like that stupid thing.
I've never been.
He's almost done. He's grabbing his step right now. You guys want to hear from him?
Yeah, pop him on.
Here's the one, and the only Sam Mogo.
Yeah. How's the belly?
Long Cohen.
How's the belly?
What's up?
This is
I don't know what your definition of a good workout is. Like when you're describing a good workout, what would it be?
That's hard. There's like different I don't know, like different ways of that. What did Karen say?
She said apparently she's doing CrossFit in 2025, which
we're
we
gonna
all-
work on that sales call right there. This was a sales call. We were just selling CrossFit, and we were just kind of curious to pick your brain, like, what defines a good gym, what makes a good workout, and what makes a good community. And then
That's a lot.
yeah.
for
So
one
let's just go with like the first one. What makes a good WOD?
a good WOD.
Yeah.
I mean, it has to be like
heavy squats for you,
I guess
obviously.
fun. First
Fun,
of all, just
okay.
like
Okay.
pique someone's interest,
Okay.
and then I don't know. I mean, it's like hard to answer, but at the same time easy. It's just like fun, hard.
I know how
We
to
use
get
the
Something
word
that you actually
competitive?
feel like you got something out of it.
Can we use competitive for you? I think you like to like work out with a group of
Oh,
people
yeah.
similar.
Yeah, that's
fitness,
right. 'Cause
Yeah.
If you get one that you're just like going through the motions, like, okay, we're gonna do this for 20 minutes,
Yeah.
then it's like, I don't know, you're just going through the motions and not, I don't know, it's not that interesting, I guess.
What if we were able, like, what if we figured out a way to make you like addicted? Like, I think you're already addicted, but what if we had some sort of way to make you like just want to be there every day? I think I know
Like
the
just
key.
through the WOD.
Yeah, I think I know the secret to like do group classes.
He does a lot of group classes in his defense.
Yeah, he does, but I think I know a way to make him do it more.
To do what more?
To just show up more, like to group settings.
Oh, what's that? What's your way?
I think if your significant other was there, I think you would do it more. I think you'd feel, I think.
I mean, I guess so. I'd be there either way. So
Yeah, maybe. I think I would definitely think you'd be there. I think you would be there either way, but okay, interesting. Matt, any last?
It's more competitive because if you're there with like the same person from like your household, you want to beat them.
That's true.
If they're competitive people, which me and Taryn are always like trying to do better
Yeah,
than the other person.
yeah, I agree. I think that's
All
an
right, dude,
easy
10
sales.
minutes, so we're gonna have to let you go.
Yeah, we'll send you a follow-up email. Is that okay?
Yeah.
You call it. Had to throw that in there, dude. One of our
Yeah.
loyal listeners.
Yeah, my fucking light's like freaking out right now. It can't focus on me. I think it's because of this backlight.
Well, it was a good episode.
Yeah,
shut
we'll
the
work on
episode.
the cold calls.
There's got to be a way that we can at least say that it's the Nobo podcast calling.
When they're calling, no, we got to just get better at the intro. I'm telling you, like calling somebody on a cold call without knowing who the fuck they are, like doesn't work.
You want me to rip one? Send me a number. I'll show you how it's done.
No, it's not how it works because like nobody calls anybody, and it's like randomly just like excited to do that.
Give me a fucking number. I'm excited.
You want a number? How hard of a number do you want?
Let's give me a softball at least. Nothing like
A
too
softball.
crazy.
Okay. I don't have softball. I got a lot of hard ones for you.
Yeah, of course you do.
I don't have a softball for you, but we'll work on that because
Work on it. Yeah, you got to get going.
yeah, I got to get going. But we'll work on that. 90 minutes later, cold calls didn't go as way as I expected them to. We didn't get anywhere with them. We didn't sell CrossFit. We should have done more discovery. We should have been like, well, tell me a little bit more about like, why you won't do it now. Tell me some issues. Well, wait, what's that like? What are some other things that you struggle with? Oh,
Great.
that's interesting. So that's what we should have done.
All right, I'm sorry. Next time I'll tell you who it is. I didn't realize that would upset you up so much, dude.
It didn't upset me. You want a number? Let's give you a number. Let's just finish with the number. I'm gonna make it a little bit more challenging for you.
All right.
I think this person will react really well to it.
Okay. Are you gonna chime in, or this is just?
Yeah, I'll chime in. I'll help you out once it gets awkward. I think it'll be
calling. I could be like a sales guy. I didn't even know it.
I don't think it's your next calling.
Yeah. I don't know how you do this. I don't know. What I really am confused by is how you don't just start to mentally break down with the sound of the ringtone.
I
know
do.
the sounds and just hearing that noise.
I do. I always turn it down until they answer, then I'll turn it back up.
Yeah, you're not good with sounds.
Yeah, it usually gives me anxiety. And like if it blares, it freaks me out.
I just paste this in. I have no idea who this is. I don't even know the area code.
I'll help you out. Just do the nice thing to make sure you tell them you're on a recorded line.
Yeah.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail.
That's the end, dude. That's the fucking end. All right, dude. Well, GG's, home dog. Good show. We'll have this up and live. And then we got the next week's show coming up. Easter Sunday show.
Chat, click the link in YouTube, subscribe, click the little bell, make sure you get notifications, and don't be shy.
All right, dude. See you.
See ya.